head, and there he goes. Abyss gonna clean him up.
Olaf goes down. Everyone's just gonna line up here for Lazzy. He's gonna find himself the Quadra. Give it to him. Pentakill.
Priestley with the quad feed.
Gets the ace. Available, just spin to win all over.
That game was insane.
Welcome back, Saints Nation. We're just about to get ready for game number 2 between St. Clair College and University of Texas San Antonio. After a rough game number 1, Saints looking to try and get themselves back into the game on a map they're a little bit more familiar with, as Consulate is going to be the pick for this matchup. And right around the corner, bands are just underway. Sure enough, pretty well tried and true first 2 bands coming out here for these 2 teams.
Yeah, looking similar to that first game. They're actually gonna ban the Echo this time, knowing that Zyra was the one who was pulling it out both attacking rounds they had on Oregon. But gonna have to see who this last ban is. For the most part, very basic bans on Consulate 2. Seeing everything, it's gonna be the Valk, which I was expecting, to be honest, as she's very, very strong with her black eyes being thrown out windows and such onto trees and cars. So, pretty solid banning phase from both sides. St. Clair are going to be on that attacking side first. It's going to be Console and Meeting Room for the first round of Consulate.
And looks like Breezy's already ready rather to get a little bit cheeky. We do see the Vigil coming out to play, start things off, and then there's an V6 picked over to the Kool-Aid Man. For the fans? For all the fans at home? Hey, it's locked in. Let's go. The Oryx, the first time I'm ever seeing this in a competitive matchup. Let's go easy.
You know, I think this may be the first competitive ever in both pro and collegiate. I don't think I've ever seen him before in pro play, so.
Of course, we're getting excited and whatnot, but to those who may not be aware of exactly what Oryx does, and maybe wondering why I call him the Kool-Aid Man, it's basically because he can charge through soft walls and break it with his face. It's hilarious to see, and if you actually tackle a player, you knock them right on their rear. Give yourself a wide open opportunity to just mow them down. And it's a cocky pick, to be honest, but I love it.
Yeah, you do take that little damage from each wall you break with with your ability. You only get a certain amount of dashes at a time, but you take that 10 damage each wall you go through, and do get a small little debuff when you knock them down. But by the time you get up, they'll still be on the ground, so you just get a quick melee off, and very, very sad death to have.
Yeah. I mean, you can only run into something so many times before you really start feeling it, right, football players? Rip. But anyway, we're going to be getting on with this attack. We do see Kira and Impact's both taking the skylight up top. Up onto the outside, going to wait for his team to drone out a little bit. And of course, going to this top side, we'll probably not see that garage come into play at all this time by. Zombie Dude, Big Papa, got a buddy system, and Char's not too far behind either. Let's see how this attack goes for St. Clair.
And I do like the pick Zyra had on the castle. They're kind of barricading some things. I believe they probably used one on the bathroom door or window to try and keep them out. Gonna be a nice little nomad charge here on yellow bottom stairs, so no one can run out on anyone repelled. But Big Papa is gonna make his way pretty swiftly up these yellow stairs, hitting the barbed wire, but not sure anyone can get it. But Mucha is gonna be the first one going down to Big Papa. And it's gonna be a 5v4 in the last next 90 seconds. It's actually possibly going to be 2. It's going to be 2 for Big Papa, taking a lot of damage in return, but finding that Jaeger of Ton, taking it 2 of the biggest carries from last game on the side of UTSA.
And Big Papa's basically brought it all the way onto the site itself, or doesn't have the diffuser or anything, but has made it all the way there. Try and help clean things out. Impact, a tiny little bit of damage done, but nothing too crazy. Smokes are now starting to come into play here, and that's going to be the shot there. BZ going to take care of Zombie Dude. Char is getting caught in the smoke. He's looking for a spot to plant. He's going to be able to successfully find one, but can they stick this?
There's no C4s or Toxic Babe left, so it's going to be a free plant going down. Rose taking some damage on him. It's going to be the run out from Rose getting turned on by impact on the rappel. Big Papa finding a 3rd in bathroom. It's going to be up to Breezy to find this ace, actually. He's going to do the run out, but he does not know where impact is. It's going to be round 1 going over to the side of St. Clair.
I like that. Impact, upon realizing exactly what he was doing, goes full Spider-Man and just takes him down, upside down, from or right on top of the balcony. Beautifully done, and Saints going to start this off right, get themselves the win in this first round.
Yeah, really solid attacking round from the side of St. Clair. Definitely an improvement from last game. They know where they're going and what they're doing. No little hesitations there, just straight in.
Now what does Breezy switch to? Anything? Does a Vigil stay? What are you gonna do? I see you're not checkmarked. What are you switching? Now that would be a little bit more standard, but still just as sneaky. I do like the pulse coming out here from BZ, especially with him being able to just play around that first floor and basically shark with a nitrous cell and the callouts for this team.
Yeah, BZ on the pulse, it's definitely something you usually see on the basement rather than upstairs, but not a bad pick at all, as you can just sit below that in the piano room or bathroom there and just hit a easy nitro cell on whoever is playing the bomb or anything like that. Just a good intel op overall at the ready walls. And on the side of no, sorry, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know it's probably standard, but I like that little hole there that Rose just made. He could probably go prone in the bathroom and try and snipe somebody aside. Picky little things that scrubby little casual Q me always forgets about.
Yeah, it's very, very standard on this map, as you anyone who walks in there from a distance can just get their feet taken out, or if you're sitting in there, you can have a good angle into that console office.
I'm out.
Okay, the majority of the Saints all packed up and traveling together. But as I say that, Kira gonna run for the hills on the sledge this time.
Yeah, I believe he went sledge last round too, which is a bit of a mix-up of what he usually runs. Usually he's on those go in like Ash or something along those lines, but it's gonna be BZ in this basement getting some pings out, finding Chars on this Harpy scanner, but can't really do much from inside the garage, and there's a pretty long way if you even break open that garage door.
As they break open the door, or you have to go upstairs and out the door to try and do a run out, but that's extremely risky, so I don't blame him from just sitting back, waiting, take his time. As we do see Big Papa starting to enter the site, not going to get peppered, nearly gets tagged a little bit, however. Easy is down there still. Mucha is still going to be the first casualty here.
Gets caught sitting on that toilet there, trying to hold a good angle, but Big Papa finding his head. Surprised that BZ didn't get the kill onto Big Papa when he ran in onto Yellow Stairs. He stood there for a few seconds and he did spray, but Tun's gonna find Kira on the rappel of bathroom, and BZ's gonna find that kill on Big Papa,
Holy moly.
too, but that's gonna be I believe Char's finding a Ton on the run out, saving Zombie Dude's life.
Ton just went on an absolute killing spree there. Went was just seeing red basically. Just charged on in, did not think twice about it. Running outside, getting yourself exposed does not matter. I'm going in guns blazing. And granted, it is a tied matchup now, but still very aggressive moves.
Yeah, with a Nomad too, a bit of a blunder on the side of St. Clair, not having anything on that door for the run out this time. Unless it was early popped, I believe they didn't have anything there. But having one person on this B side being Rose, still have all 3 toxic babes in the last 30 seconds. Gonna be 2 smokes going down from Chars, and he's going into the site. Rose knowing the proximity alarm going off, and he does know someone's on site, but does Chars know he's there? He does not, and Rose finds that. The diffuser going down the last 20 seconds. And it's going to be up to Impact and Zombie Dude to find this. Rose taking some heat onto him, the toxic bait going down, Zombie Dude taking some damage, Impact going through the window, but he's going to get he's going to kill off Rose, pick up that diffuser and go down. Proximity alarm going off, C4 going down. That's going to be a C4 used, and that's going to be round going over to the side of UTSA.
Very, very solid defense there on the side of UTSA this time by, and I like Rose's positioning. And you said the proximity alarm as well. As soon as you hear it go off, that's your time to strike. And there was a solid attempt there from Impact. It looked like he went to, or you said it actually, he dodged the nitro cell, which looked like he was faking the defuse, but could not get the battle necessary, not win the gunfight to actually finish off that game. So with a tied matchup, we now go to the garage.
Yeah, I believe he was going to go for the defuse, but most likely his team was calling that the pulse was still alive and had that nitro cell, so they knew he was underneath him and he had to go push for the other side or get a kill so he could clear it off, because that C4 was already prepped. They knew he was there, and it was a good bait in the end for the C4 if he found the kill onto I believe it was BZ, but in the end he wasn't able to, and the round just went over into a time win.
Yeah, this time by, of course, the garage. We've seen St. Clair do some fantastic attacks last, but can they pull it off again versus UTSA, who definitely seems a lot stronger compared to the opponents we saw last week in the Face It League. So definitely a little bit of a struggle here. And we have the Mira, of course, got let through the pick and ban phase for the first time in a while. And looking to maybe make a mess out of things here of the Saints attack.
Ooh, I actually like this. This is the Mira's placing one inside of the office, which is pretty standard, but I believe he didn't fully place it. He was going to place one on the wall facing into the white truck where the default plant goes down, so he has a clear view, but he's going to finish it off and place it onto the main garage so they have clear view of who's outside. It's going to be a ping going down. Most likely he's trying to get the Maestro cam onto that pillar, and Big Papa and Impact already taking over the upstairs along with Kira, joining them out. Zombie Dude slowly making his way into Visa. I don't think they have any roamers. Actually, no, there's one upstairs here. Char's barely going by him. And it's going to be ton on those main stairs on the Jaeger.
Yeah, looks to make a shot. No, actually, he does end up finding one. Zombie Dude is going to be the first casualty of this round after the nice little sneak attack from Ton. Like you were saying, just right at the top of the basement steps. Finds his opportunity, the call out from his teammate, and peeks right in, takes him down like it's nobody's business. And now Saints are forced without their roam check, without Zombie Dude on that Nomad. So whatever air jabs are out, that's it. There's nothing additional coming.
Yeah, it looked like he that Ton had somebody else on those cams there, because he just was on the stairs watching a different angle and then just swung out and one-tapped him essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And Char is getting a little hole open here. Sadly, Zyra hitting the Cade trick, so wasn't able to get both. And it's going to be Kira going down to Ton as well, most likely in Piano Room.
I'll say, where the heck was he? Oh, all the way up here.
Above. I believe he was above and hit him on the hatch. It's going to be BZ going down, killing off Impact here. It's going to be last minute, a 2v5, and Char's finding the kill onto the Mira, which is huge, but Ton finding the triple kill onto Big Papa, and it's all up to Char to find the ace, and already getting killed through the door, just breaking this door down and taking 20 damage. 40 seconds left. He does have the diffuser if he does find a way on site, but that's a tough challenge when you're an ace getting butchered out by these
Oh,
smoke.
hello.
It's gonna be the run out.
Back at
Sun
Daytona, where
finding,
Rimmons has won, but watch
Hello.
Jordan.
Hang on a second there. That was weird.
And it seems we got some hockey going on as well.
Good old Twitch ads. Anyway, we're gonna hop into this once again. Sorry about that, everybody.
Oh, we're just throwing everything in there.
Oh, you can tell right now that UTSA is just absolutely feeling themselves.
And it's gonna be the Vigil actually going through this time. They're gonna swap back to that Warden lobby and
Oh
press
god.
room. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one this time. They have the Rook. Thankfully, he only has a 1.5 times. Doesn't have an ACOG, but I mean,
Right.
1.5 is close enough to an ACOG at this point.
It still helps in the long run. As we now go back down, this time to the front lobby for the defensive side of things. And I'll tell you, I remember a couple casts ago where I said that if I had to teach a production class and teach you how to observe, I would force you to do Rainbow Six Siege. Well, that last round, I'll give myself an F, because holy smokes, I missed absolutely everything from those guys. But I'll give UTSA credit, though. It's just like small, sneaky picks here and there. It's no like head-on skirmishes. They're just in the right positions time and time again. And looking for this next round here, of course, rather standard for Consulate, even though it's on the first floor. Oftentimes you'll see everybody up on the second to try and defend from above.
Yeah, I have this clear view over the entire site. The games room and the second floor just completely covers the entirety of lobby, so easily able to see in there. Sinclair taking out the windows on admin, gonna drone it out, most likely gonna take this top floor control. They know that there's some people up here from previous droning, the castle wall being pinged there. And with that being pinged, they most likely know nobody's gonna be inside this admin office, so it's just gonna be a free enter in. Interesting, actually, Big Papa opting instead of the R4, he's taking that G3, which is a little more power but less fire rate. It's gonna be Kira taking out this castle wall, having himself a bit of a quiet game again. Seeing some of the proximity alarms taking Char's finding the ace onto the wall there to have clear line of sight onto service. It's gonna be some swift work coming in first 30 seconds for St. Clair.
You really has to be careful though. If he walked out, he probably would have got popped from the other side. I do believe there are some members of UTSA just in the other room.
Yep, there it is, the little outline there of Vigil, I believe, just prone on that door. But Kara gonna be going. I heard a Nomad actually get triggered. Wonder who it was. I believe it may have been on the service. Somebody on the lower spiral, trying to do a flank and gets hit. But St. Clair really trying to get control of the site. Kira making his way onto the balcony. I don't believe Zyra knows anything about it until he broke those windows. He finally went from this prone position into way up. But it's gonna be Big Papa taking a lot of damage from BZ, but BZ taking a hefty amount of damage in return. It's gonna be Ton actually finding two players from the spiral stairs. Where did this come from?
I mean, if you're gonna get gift wrapped something like that, where you're looking at one spot and two people just run into your cursor, you're gonna take that for free every single day. Ton, right place, right time, finding himself a nice double and forcing St. Clair to think twice about their next attack.
Yeah, it's gonna be BZ finding a pick onto Kira there. It's unlucky Kira had such a a full bar of health and he still lost it. It's gonna be Char's doing almost half of Rose's damage. He's gonna find the headshot onto him. They kind of abandoned this trying to get control of upstairs and just gonna go for this defuse, but it's gonna be Ton actually, I believe, on the front desk there, just taking down Char is my mistake. It's gonna be the last 20 seconds. Zombie dude hearing somebody above him throwing a flashbang, but nobody actually ran out. And it's gonna be the Rook on the right shield there, but missing his shots. Finds the flank on BZ. Good awareness, but you have 10 seconds left and nothing's gonna come from round 4 going inside of UTSA.
That was difficult. I don't see any way that if UTSA does this properly, that that zombie dude would have been able to clutch that one up. Solid job. We did see BZ go for the dive. Did get a little bit over aggressive and get taken down. But in the end, still getting their team the W in regards to this round. And the defensive side of things looking good now for UTSA. They maybe took a second to warm up, but if it only takes you one round to warm up, that isn't too bad in the slightest, as they're now on a tear.
Yeah, it seems like they really knew what they were doing that first round, but ever since then, it's just kind of been slowly losing their balance. But I do like the swap here from both sides. If he's gonna stick it, he's gonna stick the Capiteo on Kira. Excuse me, BZ finding himself the pulse as well. Probably gonna run it back and keep that control of basement, or yeah, basement at first and rotate into piano.
Yeah, this is what he did last time too, though, right? And like he would pick the pulse, even though it was up on the second floor, and then just kind of clear everybody out. And then we did see near the end, had the opportunity, I believe it was at this site over here with the Nitro Cell. Made Impact run away, but then Impact ended up running right into somebody else. So sure, BZ didn't necessarily get the kill itself, but he set up the kill.
10 seconds left before
Yeah, it seemed like a good take from St. Clair, but in the end they just kept running into Rose, who was sitting on that B site in the back corner, and just picked them off one by one as they came in. And look at the scoreboard there, Ton having himself a great game, being 8-2 on this Jaeger right now.
Absolutely
Really just
killing it.
putting in the work. Yeah, putting in a lot of work for his team, keeping them up ahead in kills and evening out everything.
Gonna see once again BZ working from below. Gonna try and spot some players out. No dice as of this moment, but definitely something we're gonna have to keep an eye on as this round continues. Impact once again up in the skylights, up on the rooftops. Try and maybe make a play from above. Hasn't necessarily been successful so far, but still try again, especially with this site being on the second floor.
Yeah, the pulse being downstairs in that I believe it's archives. It's a very common spot, so you can pick anyone off who's, or you can spot anyone who's coming from that east side SWAT van. So, not finding anyone spawning over there as anyone spawned in gas station or the front north side SWAT base. Gotta find some people on rappel in basement. Probably gonna give his teammate the little call here. He's gonna spray a bit on the door, hoping someone was peeking it, but Big Papa was on his drone and just gonna rush in a few seconds later. Ooh, but Ton may actually just walk right into, but Ton actually knew he was there. Maybe he was being heartbeat censored by BZ there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe he was just being, 100% being heartbeat there. So Ton knew where he was, had the perfect pre-fire for him. And BZ knowing another person's on the stair, but was forced off and retreats back to scanning.
I was gonna say, we know that Ton is fantastic, but I don't ever remember seeing him being that sick of a sharpshooter. But I mean, at the same time, if BZ is sitting there calling out the position at every point and every one of those pulses, then, I mean, you know exactly where they are. So that pre-fire, that shot was absolutely perfect. I like the little play there from BZ and Ton.
Yeah, really good play. Having the heartbeat detecting Big Papa, my mistake. It seems St. Clair is just abandoning the idea of taking that area, but Ton just hitting the kill onto Impact while Rose finds a follow-up onto Kira, going down with one of their smoke and their fire, and Chara's taking some damage, going down. Rose finding the double kill. It's gonna be a 5-on-1 for his zombie dude. Everyone's running out, but Ton getting a bit more than he could chew. Zombie dude taking him out, but it's gonna be, it's actually gonna be a trade, I believe. No, it wasn't. It was zombie dude finding a kill onto Mucha, and BZ finding the refrag instantly.
This defense is looking rough. Huge plays coming out here from the side of UTSA, and I don't know if Saints going on to defense is going to change this pace. Because right now, our University of Texas, San Antonio, looking to finish this defensive route with possibly a 5-1 lead. And yes, of course, maybe you feel a little bit more comfortable going on defense. But how much can you pick back up after being pushed around so much? Could you like get yourself a very strong defense right off the bat? I'm gonna have to find out because right now
Locate and defuse as many bombs
Saints
as they
are
can.
looking like it's gonna be a quick night for Rainbow if it continues this way.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but it is a very defender side of map, so you know it is possible that they could
There's
come
hope.
back on. Yeah, there is hope on that defense, but the rate this is going, San Antonio is just really just coming out swinging in these matches, no matter what side they're on.
And instead the mirror come out once again here. This worked pretty decently for them last time. Maybe
There's
10 seconds to
like maybe not specifically like round changing, but it did work. And
yeah,
seconds left before insertion.
Saints are there, probably one on the garage as well. And Saints are gonna have a hard time trying to go through that main garage if they do opt to take that way.
yeah. The mirror really wanted to place one on that to watch that white van, but there just wasn't enough room for the mirror to go down, even though technically there is. But logic in Rainbow Six doesn't allow that. So he's opting to go back and put it into that office, which is more of the basic, and most likely put the second one eventually on the garage door for them to see. And yep, as it goes down, it went down to that garage. But on the side of St. Clair, they're going to be taking this upstairs very swiftly again. And Big Papa and Impact, I believe, are holding site long sights. I don't think anyone's on this third floor, but there is Ton coming up that spiral once again. And Zombie Dude's back in Visa. If he's not careful, he may just get swung out on again.
Yeah, Ton has been on an absolute tear too, so very nervous for the Saints to see how they can deal with it. Ton's only deaths have been when he's basically just jumping out of the building itself, trying to get last-second run-out kills. Otherwise, I don't know if he's been like directly 1v1'd yet, which is
I think the
interesting.
first round. I think Big Papa picked him off first round on a hard. He picked up a double kill that first round onto Mucha and Ton. But other than that, it's been 2 runouts that he's died to it. Ooh, Kira actually taking the same amount of damage Zyra took from his own impact, and my bad, C4. And Ton, there it is, on to Big Papa on that spiral stairs, picking him off on the rotate. And Zombie Dude not able to find the refrag from an angle. It's gonna be garage door going open because Kira found those K charges.
He's not going to be long for this world, however. Shotgun in the stairwell. Hello, Rose. Takes care of Kira. The 3 lone members of St. Clair left to try and put themselves on the board one more time on this attacking round. Zombie Dude going to start things off right, however. Does find Beezy, takes care of the Mira. However, I think right around the stairwell, we know, but he doesn't. Oh, that's a good smoke, actually. Impact's going to have to run for the hills. Take a tiny little bit of damage, but nothing too crazy.
Ooh. Zombie Dude finding himself a double kill on that service stairs. Zombie Dude actually making some good work of this. While Chars tries to enter through his garage. If Impact here is not careful, he may just face check into Rose. Chars finding himself way in beside Blackheart, goes for a plant, but it gets Toxic Babe. But actually, it's going to be Impact finding a kill on the Rose. The diffuser going down, and there's no C4s left. It's going to be up to Ton, who's very low in Mucha. But Ton finding the kill actually on the Chars on the exit. It's going to be the bomb going down and St. Clair finding their way out of sight. It's going to be up to Impact now as Zombie Dude finds his way onto site and gets taken out. This is in a really bad spot for St. Clair, actually. There's no proper way to see if there's diffusing. And as it gets diffused, St. Clair has no idea. It's just going to be the round going over to the side. Yeah, it's just going to be the round going over to the side of UTSA.
And how else to finish it but a Ton dive out the building to take care of him.
A ton of damage.
Tons of damage indeed. Freak would be proud, but we look into the offensive side of things for UTSA. Fantastic defensive run. 5 points already in the board for them. Saints not leaving themselves a lot of wiggle room, and it definitely makes me nervous going forward here. Especially, this has been 5 rounds straight for UTSA. And that hurts.
I feel like this is a bit of a cocky play.
This is a 6 waiting to happen. I'm waiting for a 6.
I don't think the Iana is gonna stick it. Definitely, it's a pick I
Yeah?
I would enjoy to see, but
I mean,
I
we've
think
seen a
these
Warden
may just be
today.
toying. True, we've seen a
an
Warden, we've
Oryx.
seen a Frost, Oryx. It's gonna stick. They're gonna keep the Iana. I do
Wow.
like this pick because of her utility that she has with her decoy, going to be able to just run in and basically beat everyone. It's a good utility to run with somebody behind you. So if you have I don't know, like the Zofia from Matcha just rushing behind the Iana clone, they take out the Iana clone, then they realize, oh, I just got pranked, and then they get taken out instantly. So it's a really good strategy if they can pull it off properly.
The only thing about that strategy, I mean, I feel like you could do the exact same thing, but with a drone. Like someone shoots the drone, and then you pop up out of nowhere and take them down. But at the same time, the mind games are still there, making it seem like, oh, there's an operator here, there's a player here, can we take him out? I took him down. Oh wait, that's not an operator at all. I've been had, and then get taken down.
Yeah, it's definitely UTSA playing with their food a bit with these picks, but it may just be actually a good pick that they have that we're just not aware of.
I'm reloading.
Absolutely not going to call this a troll pick or anything, not yet anyway. We'll have to see how they use this Iana.
It's gonna be UTSA going for a clear on this admin. I don't believe anyone's actually holding this, so it's just gonna be a clear take for 3 of the members. I believe that's gonna be Zyra, BZ, and Ton going through into this office. Oh, I would say it's actually Matcha. They don't have any St. Clair members roaming, actually. They have everyone upstairs here, so BZ's gonna rappel up on this main spiral, try and get a look away, and Big Papa behind the front desk, so if he's not careful, he's gonna get his head popped by. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it had BZ on the rappel there, doing some damage to the Jaeger, but Matcha finding the finishing kill as he got pushed out. It's gonna be the Jaeger going down within the first minute.
Yeah, regardless of which angle Big Papa tried to take, he got absolutely, like, it was a two-prong attack that went exactly how it's supposed to. Now, Matcha might be finding himself in a little bit of trouble here. If he turns the corner, he's made his presence known. And there is a St. Clair member from Long, actually, going to take care of the shots there. Nice shot, Chars, to get this all tied up 4-4. Do have the Iana Sharkin from below. Impact, however, going to find Zyra. Now, one player ahead.
I do want to say that I thought that grenade, C4 kill was a grenade kill, so got a bit excited for Ton there, but it wasn't in the end. And unlucky for Matcha to not somehow get a trade kill there. That was almost dead on his head, but
It looks like it, yeah.
yeah, it may have just, who knows at this point. But
Recoil is a funny thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 4-3 though, with 50 seconds left for the side of St. Clair. Health advantage going to St. Clair now as they take BZ and Rose down to below half. BZ just barely missing whoever's behind that pool table.
If there's anyone I'm not going to sleep on, however, it is Ton and the rest of this UTSA squad, however. They may be a player down, but I feel like they could still win this, and that's a kind of start that I was expecting. Rose going to get taken down a little bit. Impact is currently down, but not quite out just yet. Smokes are on the way. Rose still like 1 HP. Breezy finding a bit of a gunfight. Where is Rose? They need him to get something planted, but it's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Chars is going to go down. Rose finds that win somehow. He's going to be able to get this thing planted. Where is Ton? Ton finds Zombie Dude, and now it's all down to Rose, who's actually dead. So Saints are going to be able to put themselves on the board as the smoke from Kira is actually going to do just enough, actually right on target there, and it's going to stop that diffuser from getting planted.
I didn't even see the smoke actually go off. He somehow slipped that smoke past Ton right before he peeked the angle. So he threw that down, killing off Impact, but he was already down and no one knew that. But getting the diffuse actually to be stopped, and just in time as he was taking that firefight with Ton and almost got his head clipped off.
That's always the scary part about having the person with the diffuser being so low on health. Like, if that was Ton in that situation, he probably could have pushed through that poisonous gas, went down in the end, but probably would have planted that diffuser, giving his team what would have likely been the player advantage, even still. But Unfortunately there for UTSA, Rose was just one touch away, and even if he stopped everything he was doing to move away from that gas, I don't think he was getting out of that one alive. So a solid play there for St. Clair as we now move to the basement.
Yeah, and it's a really rough round for St. Clair to have on defense. They went from having I believe it was a 4-on-3, and it just quickly turned into a 1-on-2 within the last 15 seconds, just losing every firefight. And Kira, thankfully on that mute to save his team from going down 6-1. But Ton just having such a great series overall, being 13-3 this game, and I believe he was hitting 10 kills last game.
Definitely a player to watch out for these remaining rounds, as we now have round number 8 underway. Saints have a long way to go to try and get this into a game 3 scenario. They have to basically be flawless. They only have one round of mistakes left in the tank.
Yeah, if they wanna work no overtime, they can't really lose any rounds at all. They have to win the next 5 straight rounds on this defense to make it a 7-5 victory, or they take it into overtime. And nobody likes an overtime, just extra games to play, but
Hey, the viewers always do because it's always intense, but as a player, no, you're absolutely using the bathrooms on the second floor constantly.
yeah, it's definitely not something you want to be playing for. But I believe it was Ton already inside the archives there, getting a quick entrance. Yeah, he's already into this locker room, looking on the surface, seeing if anyone's around, but Much is right there with him. And they're ready to breach into this A site already, with only a minute being in the round. Oh, there goes the Malusi. Most likely again going to alert whoever's inside that security room, unless they're just on cams and just gets picked off. Yeah, it's gonna be Zombie Dude on the cam, just not being able to hear anything. It's just gonna be Much of finding a kill on the charge, but Kira finding the kill on the Much. A Ton finding the refrag on the impact along with Kira going down. It's gonna be a 1v4 for Big Papa. The diffuser going down by the white van. Big Papa walking into sight.
Sometimes you just walk into the spray. Unfortunate there for Big Papa, but actually it's still a sick call out there for BZ. As considering everybody had eyes on that site, it definitely makes sense that that's able to take care of it. But damn, match point now in favor of UTSA after, at least as of right now, compared to Oregon and the first defensive side of things that they went on. Decisive would be putting it nicely.
Yeah, apologies, I had a bit of technical difficulty there. Yeah, Big Papa trying to find a way back in that round, but wasn't able to, and looking pretty grim for the side of St. Clair right now. Not being able to find any real ground on what mostly likely is their map. And if this sticks, they're going to actually swap for the Collie, and it's going to be the pick. I do actually like this Collie more than Kira's on the Oregon, simply due because of the range, and yeah, it makes way more sense because you have the Charger to take care of any mute jammers or Cade electric claws on the wall, which in this case is going to be the mute jammer, so a much simpler target because you can't just trick it like a bandit or a Cade can. You only can place one down, that's it for it.
Yeah, because let's be honest, you're probably, as a Cali, you're probably playing around here, right? You're trying to destroy the stuff that's on this garage wall. And even worst case scenario, you're coming from the other angle, at least this is a long hallway that you can shoot down. It's not like you're going to walk up steps and you're going to be forced to go point blank with somebody pretty much right away. So I like the pick as well. Looking forward to seeing how Rose picks up this Collie. Actually, let's go right along with Rose for at least the first little bit for this attack. The possible final attack for an entire series if they're successfully able to stop it. And sure enough, we're going to see them try to get rid of some of these mute jammers.
It's going to be mute jammer just going down, and the Ace's charges going onto the wall and breaching them within the first 30 seconds. And
Clean.
Collie spraying and praying into that shield, hoping somebody peeks their head up, but as observers, we know that nobody's behind there and they're actually on the opposite side. But Zyra has it pinned, and it's going to be Chars in a sticky situation once again. Not being able to make his way out of there unless he somehow dodges and weaves all those bullets, but he's going to take some damage. Easy going down the stairs, but taking some damage. Chars, if only he knew Chars was right below him. And they do actually know, they have the pings going down. There goes Charge from Ton, but it's going to be a refrag of Zyra going down, but Mucha finds Big Papa and BZ finds Kira. It's a 2v4, technically, and it's going to be Impact finding Kira. Ooh, actually, it's going to be a 2v2 now. Make that a 1v1 between Rose and Impact, as two players are down on the side of both. Diffuser down a side, and technically the advantage is going over St. Clair. Both are going to go for the res to make this a 2v2. It's going to be Zyra coming back up along with Zombie Dude. Health advantage on the side of St. Clair simply due because Impact has more than Rose. Rose hoping to hit a couple blind shots through the softball there, but he's not going to find anything. Zyra is going to go for the plant now onto this white van, but he's actually going to cancel and switch to black car. But it's actually going to be Impact finding two, line them up and spray. Impact clutching the round.
I must have heard that diffuser go down, and
Ooh.
actually, wow, just shooting by the one actually caught both of them, line them up exactly like you said. All right, Saints are still in this one. That's a good little bit of momentum in their favor after a play like that.
Yeah, and it's still very scary for St. Clair, though. They're losing so many members to these early pushes that happens every single round, and they're not. They just don't. It seems like they don't expect them every time. But along with this, they're gonna open up console. Thankfully, they never had to actually go to this lobby area, but along with that, puts them the match point. But it's actually the last second 6 pick from Twitch to Sledge. And they're gonna pull out the Iana once again on the side of Ton.
I mean,
16-4.
I was gonna say, at this point, you just let Ton pick whatever he wants, right? He's just,
Yeah.
he's finding the eliminations regardless of which operator he's picking. So whatever you feel comfortable on, you do you, man. You just make it work, and the rest of the squad right there with the assistants as well. BZ2 having himself a fantastic game in regards to eliminations. It may be half of Tons, but 8 eliminations right now is still fantastic in its own right. Rose on board with a ton of assists as well. Everyone on this UTSA squad doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, it seems each round it gets that around that 1.5 minute mark, and then Ton, BZ, and Matcha just rush in that site, pick 3 off. Usually they just get away with it, and then it's not refragged back. But in those 2 rounds that St. Clair has won on this defense, they have picked them off on the refrags, and luckily somehow clutched these rounds back and kept themselves from going 7 whatever 7-2-3, you name it, whatever round it was.
Yeah, this could have been a 7-1, but Saints are fighting back here. Granted, there's been a little bit of overconfidence play, to say the least, from UTSA, but I mean, they have the opportunity to do that right now. If they want to try a different strategy and test something out before the game's done in a competitive setting, it's your prerogative. If you want to try it, go for it. Even if it's a little bit silly off a cuff, but we'll have to see. Okay, just teleport right up right, why not? But anyway, Ton on site, Rose just below as well, and the attack is underway.
Yeah, it's going to be a very basic entrance for the side of UTSA, breaching this service so that have a clear view into both A site or B site and service stairs, so no one can flank up on you or keep anything. But it's going to be Impact in his default spot to keep people from entering this site. One thing to note is that this time they did not bring this. Oh, never mind. They did bring the smoke on the side of Kira. It's gonna be Impact getting mowed down by Rose on. Yeah, it was below from the hatch actually. He was distracted by the 2 smokes thrown out from the ace, But Big Papa's gonna find the refrag on the Rose, and Char's gonna get killed off by Matcha. Does he know one's on the stair, barely getting his head taken off by Zombie Do I believe there.
How do you think your organs feel with a breaching round to the chest? That's an.
Oh,
I
Matcha.
feel like that'd be a bad time.
Yeah, Matcha finding free fire for Kira. It's gonna be the diffuser
Wow.
going down. He's gonna find 2 on a Zombie Dude, but Big Papa finds the kill on to Matcha. The Jaeger, the last one alive, but it's gonna be 7-3 for the side of UTSA. What a well played series from them.
Well, way to finish it off, of course. Right off the defuse, instantly popping them nice and quick. Beautifully done for this side of UTSA. They absolutely put on a clinic here today to start off this CollegiateR6 winter season. And Saints are definitely going to have to excuse me, go back to the drawing board on that one. However, there's still lots to learn from a game like this as we throw this back on over to us here for a moment. Just an absolute, essentially, clinic from the University of Texas San Antonio.
Yeah, no easy way to put it. There's no sugarcoating it. They got completely crushed in all honesty. I believe they only took three rounds in the entire series.
There's a 3 rounds
Three
there.
or 4 rounds.
There's 3 rounds from
Yeah, 4, so
this game
4
than the 1
series.
from the last one. Yeah, so
Yeah, so it'll be 4 rounds, and in all honesty, it looked like they were pretty lost. They had that one really good starting round on the consulate, but after that, they just seemed to lost their footing and any strategy that they had afterwards, and it really just San Antonio just putting on the clinic, as you say, for St. Clair.
yeah, this may be the hometown stream here for the St. Clair Saints, but I also have to keep my credibility, so I have to call a spade, and a clinic is exactly what we saw here tonight. Now, that being said, though, there's still plenty of CollegiateR6 season to go. It's nice that this is just the season opener, and to be completely honest, that University of Texas San Antonio squad looked absolutely amazing. So, like, you start off up against someone who's possibly high on the totem pole, but you never know. That could be the best team in the group. That could be the middle team in the group. We never know exactly with the way these groups are made as of yet. I'm gonna have to check the stat sheet and take a look at what these results look like, so I have it ready for you guys next Friday. But that is not going to be the last that we actually see of our Rainbow Six Siege team this week. In fact, tomorrow, as we throw this on over to the schedule real fast, we have ourselves our usual Saturday doubleheader starting at 3 p.m. in C-Law League of Legends action. Then at 7 p.m., the second portion of our doubleheader, of course, is the Rainbow Six Siege team in the Face It CollegiateR6 Championships. Looking forward to that match, especially seeing where they go from the drawing board from here, because there's some strategy stuff that I think I liked, but we'll have to see how it goes against a different team. I'll touch on that again in a second. Then Sunday, 5 p.m., Face It CSGO Contenders continues. Then on Monday, we'll be back here with the Amateur League of Legends scene as we take on the Upsurge Minor League once again. Flawlessly right now. Currently 4-0. Can they keep this one going? I sure hope so. We'll have to see. Then Tuesday, we have ourselves a doubleheader. We see the one at 8 o'clock there, but there is an 8 o'clock match and a 9:30 match. But oh, we saw Call of Duty already like a week ago on Tuesday. We're up against the University of Windsor. That's going to be a sick matchup, okay? So we're seeing some Call of Duty on Friday, or on Tuesday as well. So lots of action still to come here on the Saints Gaming CA stream. The season, Chaos season, has just begun. So make sure you follow to not miss a beat of it. Now,
Definitely don't want to miss any of that.
absolutely, and in fact, I think you're basically with me all day tomorrow, so you're not missing a bit. You're right involved in it, so it's what I like to see. Now, the one thing, like, strategically I was going to touch on about, I do like the fact that St. Clair picked Oregon first. I know I mentioned it at the beginning of the, or we talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the series and whatnot, but if it's a map that you're not comfortable on, maybe try to get it out of the way first. But, I mean, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Because, like, okay, you lose if you end up losing that map, then you're going into, yes, you're going to one that you're a little bit more comfortable on, but you only get like one shot at it. Or do you pick the map that you're not comfortable with, put it last, and hope you 2-0 and don't have to deal with it? I'm kind of going back and forth in my mind now after watching how that game unfolded, but I think UTSA was just that much of an outlier that I I may not be able to get too much good data off of it. Do you have any last thoughts about this matchup before we close out here tonight?
Yeah, I like your point about the Oregon. It may have not been the choice. It may have been depending on how map veto goes. If it does go in favor of one team picking each map, it may have been UTSA's choice of map, and it definitely looks like they're very comfortable in that Oregon.
They did.
They know their way around. They easily breached upstairs, downstairs. They took over just the entire series essentially. It seemed they were just comfortable on both maps and just completely had way more control over St. Clair even on their map.
Absolutely. It definitely looked good. I look forward to also seeing how the University of Texas San Antonio go through this CollegiateR6 bracket. At some point, we'll have a graphic to pull up the results and we can all follow along together. But that'll be for another day, of course, because we gotta rest up because we have a long one tomorrow. So for all of us here on the broadcast, thank you again for tuning in, and of course a big thank you to the sponsors, of course, for making this all possible: St. Clair College, Zuckelman School of Business and Information Technology, PC Outlet, Tim Hortons, and the St. Clair SRC and St. Clair College Alumni Association. Thank you for supporting us here on the St. Clair Saints varsity sports team. And of course, big thank you to everybody for tuning in, supporting your teams, whether you're here for UTSA or for St. Clair, you're here for your friends, family members, or just supporting your team. Big thank you for supporting their esports endeavors. With that, we shall close out for the night. Thank you again for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for League and R6 again.